Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of this video series. In this part of the video series, we're going to be focusing on getting the rest of this concrete out, installing our drainage system, and just finishing up the setup for this job, while also dealing with the neighbor and tipping over our skid steer. But other than that, let's just jump right into this video. So right now we're just making sure that we have soap from this point to that corner.
Yeah, 1%, man.
1%?
Beautiful.
Okay. Because there's a crown right here. We're putting in the concrete right at the corner.
No, bueno, yeah.
And everything's gonna slope like this and towards the grass. And then this whole area, we're still kind of debating about putting 2 drains or 1 drain. Kind of thinking maybe just 1, but if we do 1 drain, we're gonna put 1 drain right here. If we do 2 drains, we're gonna put it in the middle of this square. This will end up being a high point, and we'll put 1 more right here. So we're still kind of debating it, but I think I might just go with 1, just so I have less slope and the patio is more flat. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. We're thinking either 2 or 1 drains. What do you think? We either put 1 in the middle right here. You know, I think we have.
Honestly, my personal preference would be 1 drain in the middle here and 1 drain in the middle there.
Okay, decided.
But
Tiebreaker right there.
that's my personal
Because I
preference.
think Enrique was thinking the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's going to be a jacuzzi here too, so it'll be nice to have a drain next to it.
So as you guys saw right there, we were just trying to figure out the best locations to set up our drains so that we have optimal slope towards our drains and a nice flatter patio that's not heavily sloped. So that's why we ended up going with 2 drains in this area. Should have moved the tractor before digging the trench. Now hopefully we don't crush all of our pipe trying to get the tractor out because we still have some demo in the front. So while the guys were digging all of the trenches in the back, bringing all the drains to the front to the city curb, we started getting the rest of this concrete out. And as Ty was getting the rest of this concrete out, he had a little bit of an accident with the skid steer. He grabbed a piece a little bit too big for the mini skid and ended up tipping the whole skid steer forward. And there it went. Yeah, and Ty was freaking out when that thing started going forward. He did not know what to do. Luckily, he didn't get hurt. But we all had to come out to the front and figure out how to get this thing down.
Oh my god, dude.
Holy shit.
Want to stick it?
I'm pretty sure if you keep jumping, dude, we'll be able to lower slow if I keep cracking it right here.
It felt like I was going forward though more.
Oh,
Think I need more or what?
maybe. Maybe if I can hit it this way.
Fucking bottom.
I don't like this gravel that big.
I mean, that's about 8 inches right there. Okay.
Oh, baby. Be careful, baby.
Yeah, that's gonna work. Not bad. Not too bad.
Join the camera?
Good idea.
Yeah?
You got it.
So it was a little tricky getting that thing down. We really didn't want the skid steer to fall down super hard and slam and, you know, rattle the inside of the engine, maybe break something. So we were trying to be as careful as we could when we were bringing it down.
take it all in one. Oh, but the waterman.
would, because that thing
The
is
waterman.
the water. And then the guy said that
no,
it
I
goes
can't do
this
that.
way. See, I can't jackhammer right here.
Yeah, it
Knowing
goes
these
this
guys,
way.
how they put that copper pipe, I wouldn't want to trust them. So I'm sure it's right here on the top of the surface.
You don't want that.
Part 2 setup for me.
Part 2.
So like honestly, I would have to kind of stay away from that and go right here and somehow crack it. Cause dude, this is going into the house. It's like,
Yeah, well, you love to break away and shit. So
exactly.
you gotta be careful.
I know, that's why I'm being.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
break around it then.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna
don't crack it on that side.
Yeah, cause it goes into there
Right.
and then out that way.
Cool beans, brother.
I bet that'll come up real easy now. Maybe we just rotary hammer knock this one out. This one's rotary. Alright. Right now we're gonna get the drain stuff for this side yard now. We just measured it from the wall to the end of the house. We got 35 feet. So I think we're gonna be putting 3 drains on the side, but I'm gonna do the math just to be safe. Basically 35 feet, you got 1 inch, you divide that by 4, that's gonna create only 2 drains on the side yard and 3 high points. First high point, right, is here. Go down to the 8 feet 9 inch and 1/4. That's a drain. You go another 8 feet 9 inches, 1/4. It's right here. That's another high point, so that's your second high point. You go another, and that's not a drain, that's just a high point. You go another 8 feet 9 inches and 1/4 down here. That's another drain. And then you go 1 more, and that gets you another high point. That's plenty for drains to run. You only need about 1.5 inches of slope from there. And that's ideal. You only want about 1 inch for every 8 feet. So we have 8 feet 9 inches. So I'd probably go like 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, and that's gonna be right around that 1% mark, where is pretty much where you want all concrete to be sloping. So it doesn't feel like you're going up and down as you're walking. We're working our way down the front of the yard. Drains are going to be going under the city sidewalk and through the city face curb, so that all the water will be draining to the city gutter system. What we're going to be working on after that is just getting all of our forms installed. We also are going to be getting all of the downspouts set up on all the corners of the house, where there will be future downspouts since there is a gutter system installed on this house. Here we are dropping off some of the 3/4 inch road base for all of the base we're going to be installing on the side yards and backyard. This stuff isn't super necessary for California. It really depends on your soil conditions. In SoCal, since we don't have any frost or winters, it's not 100% necessary, except I would say it would be for expansive soil like clay. That's when you really want to bring in some 3/4 inch rock in Southern California, because that type of soil is just terrible. Very expansive and very weak. And then you can also see, guys, we didn't remove all of the concrete on this side yard right here. Only that middle section, so we can get our drains in. And the reason for that is because there's really no point. Since the beginning, if you saw, we were very high on that side. Very high. We had to come up like 6 inches. So all we did was put a thin layer of base, probably like 2 to 3 inches. And you can see our red chalk right there, how high we are above the concrete right there. And concrete is probably the best base you can have to lay concrete over concrete. A lot of people don't think you can do that, but it's totally fine. And then right here, guys, we are actually digging a whole nother trench for the neighbor. The neighbor actually wanted to add a drain system for the future, so when he does his backyard, he can continue a drain system throughout his backyard. So we ended up digging a trench under the sidewalk, the city sidewalk again, coring another hole through the city curb base, and then putting a whole nother drain system in for him. So now that we have all of our drains in, the main thing we're going to be doing is just forming. We're going to be forming all of the front yard, the backyard, and also the neighbor's side yard. And there will be a little walkway coming from the side yard to the front of the sidewalk where we dug our drain lines. Right here, you can also see that we're forming up a planter bed area for the homeowners. And then we're gonna be putting a little curb to hide this ugly curb that they do have right now in front of their garage. I believe it actually was the garage foundation, but the homeowners really didn't want to have to redo their stucco anymore because they just got it done. So we ended up putting a curb to cover it all. So it looks really nice and clean. Marking out where the electrical lines are gonna go right now. Future jacuzzi going in right here. So we're gonna stub some conduit lines out of the ground so that later on the electrician can run his wires where he needs them. All right, what's going on, everybody? We just got done talking to the homeowners. Got a lot going on today, a lot of underground utility work that we got to get done so we can get ready for this pour. It's gonna be a nice sandwich finished concrete driveway with a double band squared concrete look. Right now, we got Tyler over there that is gonna be doing some soldering in the backyard so we can get some irrigation valves set up back there. As of right here, the homeowners want us to move the forms over. We're gonna be moving this form over to match up with the planter bed and garage, give them a little bit more driveway space right here. We're also gonna be dropping this main water line down deeper. It was really high to the surface. Right here, this whole thing. And it's a little banged up, kind of crooked. So we're just gonna replace the line, make it a lot better. Plus over here, you can see it's got a lot going on. It's really ugly. They got this ugly little U-shaped kick out. We're just gonna clean all this up. So we're gonna be moving that hose bib over there up against the wall somewhere right about here. And it's gonna look a lot cleaner once we're done with this section. And then we do have plenty of drains throughout this backyard, capturing all the water at crucial points. We are gonna be adding a downspout right here. We totally forgot about this one. It's a little gutter system right here. So
I didn't see it. So we're gonna tee in right here, throw up a downspout, so that later on the gutter guys can run their gutter system right to our downspout. Right over here, we have the hose bib. We're gonna be cutting and moving this as well. We're gonna get this guy closer to the house, right in this weird little kick out. Make it more, you know, more walkable space right here. Because right now, I mean, this thing kicks out, let's see, a whole foot, which only leaves you like a 2-foot walking path, right? So what we want to do is push this up against the walls as close as possible so that we actually have a walking path here. Because this walkway right here is going to be 3 feet. And then we put drains all along the side yard as well. We do have a future drain stub out just in case he wants to add drains throughout the backyard. Always thinking about the future. But as you can see, we have drains going down the side yard as well, and another gutter system over there that is connected to the drainage system. So we have pretty much this whole property covered from no water exposure and making sure all the water is going out to the city sidewalk.
So one of the most underlooked things when setting up and building your properties is making sure that the water is diverted away from your home. I feel like it's overlooked a lot, and it's one of the most important things to really consider. So for this property, we have it completely covered as shown to you guys right now. And one thing we did run into a little bit of trouble was when we were trying to replace the water line, the water main line, we had to shut off the city water line, right? But for some reason, this thing would not budge. It probably hasn't been turned off for years.
It won't even budge. This way, huh?
I think that way.
Oh, this way.
No, alright. You want this?
Yeah, so I'm a little nervous right now. We're digging up this area. The water main is super high right here. And as you guys just saw, we couldn't get the water main to turn off. We had to call the city to come turn this thing off because we think the valve's broken. And if we break this pipe while we're digging this area out for the driveway, we're gonna have some big problems. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but we'll see.
Oh yeah? You made that one?
No, the manufacturer.
Oh,
The angle stops. That's why it says on your water bill. I don't know if this is your house or not. I take you guys are contractors, but it says to not operate valves. You break the valve. So just give us a call back. We'll turn it on whenever you guys are ready.
Oh, cool.
It don't matter. 24/7.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. All right, guys.
Good deal, brother.
Super quick.
Yeah.
Appreciate the service.
So luckily the Garden Grove water department was able to get here really quickly. They had a special tool specifically for turning these valves to get extra leverage to turn them on and off, which would be nice to have. The ones that they sell at Home Depot just don't give you enough leverage to really twist them, because believe me, we were cranking that thing and it would not budge. So what we ended up doing was we just called the Garden Grove water department when it was time to turn the valve back on after we did solder the whole main back together.
Alrighty guys, so we're soldering this water main here. We got Enrique down here connecting some fittings to it. He's basically just heating up the pipes, holding hot, and then applying the solder, and you can see it kind of just wrap around the fitting, and that kind of makes make sure you got a watertight connection. we'll test it out too after we're done here. But yeah, check it out. This is the flux here. You kind of want to just cake it on there before you heat up your pipes.
Alright guys, so we just turned on the water. As you can see, Garden Grove Public Works came out, turned on the water for us. No leaks, everything's looking good. We just turned on the hose spigot. Running water. We checked the back as well before he left, and everything's looking good. But I'm gonna call Tyler right now and tell him all the pipes busted. Hopefully he answers. He never answers.
Hello?
Dude, Tyler.
Yo.
The water meter guy just turned everything on.
Oh, fuck. How'd it go?
Not good, dude. There's a lot of leaks.
Oh, fuck. Dude, I fucking knew it, man. Enrique was soldering.
No, I'm just kidding, dude. Everything's working good. He went straight to blaming you, Enrique. Oh shit. Oh yeah, we were all listening right here.
Oh, dude, I got scared, man.
No, yeah, everything's working fine. It's all perfect.
So that was me messing with Tyler a little bit right there. Sometimes, I like to give him heart attacks. But nah, everything was perfect. They did a really good job soldering and putting everything together. And yeah, worked out perfect. Other than that though, you can see us right here. What we're doing is we're digging out footings for the patio cover that's gonna be installed back here. And then also we're gonna be compacting the back right now. We're just compacting the subgrade and then gonna be putting some base back here. Here's the patio cover post actually we're putting in. We put a little bit rebar at the bottom so that the wind never tries to pull it out of the ground. So after we did get all of our patio cover posts installed, we set up some temporary holds for them so that we didn't have to hold them. We could let the stakes worry about holding them in place so they stayed nice and plumb. After that, the next day we started moving in our 3/4 inch base that we dumped in the driveway. We had to be very careful moving all of our base in because we did not want to hit any of our drains that were popped up all over the side yard and backyard. After we did get all of our 3/4 inch base installed, the last thing we were doing for that day was we were gonna be doing a dump run and also getting our rebar installed. We're gonna be using 3/8 rebar, 2 foot on center for everything on this job. The only problem though was when I did go to the dump, this load was too heavy for my trailer. And you guys will see right now,
me trying to pretty much unload this whole thing by myself, by hand, getting it as light as possible so that I can get the trailer to lift it, since the hydraulics weren't strong enough to get this thing to lift. And let me tell you, it does not help when you can't catch a breath inside of this dump because of all the toxic fumes inside that place. But once I did make it back to the job site, all we did was start compacting all of our 3/4 inch base where we have laid in the backyard, the side yards, the driveway. And then once that was all compacted, we started laying in all of our 3/8 rebar, 2 foot on center. But other than that, that basically wraps up this part to this series, guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned for part 3 and 4. It's gonna be a 40-yard pour with the driveway, backyard, and side yards. Also, that is a part where we're gonna be seeing the neighbor come by and start to harass us some more. So make sure you guys stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, and comment any questions you may have.